and welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday to all of you beautiful people out there in the world. I hope you all are having an amazing day. So today we're going to talk about fear. Yes, fear, F-E-A-R, fear. For some of us, hearing that word fear makes us a little uncomfortable, sometimes even makes us cringe. Because if you're like me, a lot of the time I allow fear to intervene into my life. Fear is actually a second nature to me because it stopped me from accomplishing and doing so much in my life. It held me back for the longest. So for the first time, I actually took the step to not allow fear to intervene into my life anymore, especially when I have goals that I want to accomplish, things I want to do. Sometimes we can allow that to happen in so many different reasons. For instance, you start to second doubt yourself when you want to do something. Like, for an instance, if you want to travel the world, you start to second guess yourself. You're kind of like, do I really want to travel the world? What if I run into certain things? And you start to think the bad of that situation instead of the good. Like what good you would get out of it. You start to put the negative in front of the positive, and it kind of holds you back a little bit. That's fear interfering into your life and stopping you from doing those things that you always wanted to do. And then a couple of months later, you're back at it again where you're like, I want to travel, but ... That's fear interfering into your life and telling you things that you should not do, only because it's allowing you to stop you and hold you back. I like to look at fear as like this invisible wall between you and what you want to accomplish, whether it's your goals, whether it's traveling, whether it's getting a tattoo, or something simple of that nature. You allow fear to stop you from crossing over to that path of, what you want to do. And no matter how hard you push against that wall, fear is actually bouncing back at you and having you second doubt yourself. I like to think of fear as also not just being something that you second doubt yourself in your mind, but fear also comes in different actions of people. For an instance, people will let you know and say something like they'll voice their opinion and you want to hear their opinion, but if it's always something to stop you from doing something that you know you want to do, it's kind of something that you don't want to listen to. Like an example. You have someone tell you that that's good, but I see you doing this, or that's great, but maybe you should go a different direction. That's fear coming in different shapes and varieties of people. I know we've never seen fear being that type of way. I like to call them negative Nancy's, but they come in those different shapes of format of people. That's fear interfering into your life and stopping you from doing things that you want to do. The reason why I wanted to talk about fear is because for the longest, like I've mentioned this, fear has been my second nature. I've always second doubt myself, and even recently I was doing it until I finally decided to fight back and not allow fear to hold me back from things that I want to do. I wanted to go back to school for such a long time, but I allowed fear to intervene into that life and stop me from going. Fear always having me guess and think into my mindset that, oh, I probably would be in debt like the rest of the world, or what if I get that career, but I don't get that job that I want, or I get that job that I want and I spent all this time in school and it's not what it came out to be. That's fear interfering into my life and stopping me and holding me back from accomplishing and doing so much in life. So I want to talk to you, and I also want to encourage you to not allow fear to dictate your life. If you're one of those people who are like me, who allow fear to stop you from doing so much and accomplishing so much because you want to second doubt yourself and you want to say, I want to do that thing, but ... I want to encourage you to let you know that you are in control. And of course, it took me for years to finally find that type of encouragement, to say to myself, fear isn't in control of my life, but I'm in control of my life. And what I say goes. And if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And you have some of us out there who are risk takers. A lot of people will say, I don't allow fear to control my life. I'm a daredevil. I do whatever it takes. That's awesome. You're awesome. But for some of us, we're not so confident. Sometimes we allow fear to control our life. So, what I've learned is, if you're not a follower of Jesus, that's fine. Fear can still dictate your life, whether you're a follower of Jesus or whether you're not a follower of Jesus. But as a person who is a true follower of Jesus, as long as I decide to put God into the driver's seat of my life and realize that I am not in control anymore, I started to go places. I started to do things that I didn't think I would ever do on my own. It was because I allowed God to lead my life. It's because I allowed God to tell me, not my timing, but his timing. I allowed God to be in the driver's seat of my life as I followed and watched him as he cleared the path for me. And for some of us, we're probably like, I'm not true followers of Jesus. But fear can still allow you. So I'm going to tell you, no matter what you want to do, if you want to accomplish something small or if you want to accomplish something big, don't allow fear to control your life. As long as you keep that mindset that you are in control and you say what goes, you will go farther in life than you can ever have possibly imagined. I know for me, it took years for me to realize this. And even at the age set that I'm at, I'm still, struggling and dealing with things. And I'm not making this video to say that fear will never come across your path, because fear is a tester. Fear will come across your path if you allow it to control your life. So if you have that second doubt and you want to do something so bad, and it's kind of one of those things that just keep popping up in your head because it's something that you really want to do, but you start to second guess yourself. You start to wonder out of a plan that isn't going to work instead of just allowing it to just happen. Fear is going to come back every single time and try to hold you back from that, and then put that invisible wall in front of you and stopping you to doing the goal that you want to do. So it's kind of like you're on this one side of a wall. You're on this wall where you want to do it, but you allow that wall to control your life instead of breaking through. Instead of getting a hammer or being strong and breaking through that invisible wall, you allow that wall to stay there. And that wall is going to continue to be there until you have the strength and the encouragement to knock it down and to keep it down. Fear is just one of those things where it's kind of like a word that kind of, like I said, it makes us cringe a little bit the more we think about it, because it's a lot that comes in fear. Doubts, we're thinking of horror movies or anything of that nature. It doesn't make an actual positive impact of your life. So what you need to do is you need to show fear who's in control, and you need to show fear who's the boss of your life. Don't allow that to dictate you and stop you from doing so much and to going as far as you possibly can go. I know for me, it stopped me from so much for years. I've had years of setback and constantly allowing it to interfere. But like I said, I allowed it to interfere into my life. I allowed it to control my mindset, and I allowed it to control my life. If you don't want to be one of those people anymore, you need to tell yourself constantly, and it starts with the mind, I am in control of my life. I am going to do what I want to do when I said I'm going to do it, because like I said, I am in control of my life. So I encourage you to be in control of your life and to take your life back and to not allow fear to be in control of your life. And if you're a follower of Jesus, put that Father in front of everything and watch him as he transitions your life into something positive, something, great. You start to experience things that you've never even experienced before. Put him in the driver's seat and watch as he clear that path for you. Alright guys, I'm going to end this video. I hope this video gave you some type of inspirational, or it encouraged you in any ways possible. And I want to thank all of my people who leave positive feedback on my channel. I am trying to improve as time goes on, but I truly appreciate you so much. You guys don't know how much it means to me when I hear positive things on my channel. I want my channel to be a positive format. We need more people, especially African American women, to inspire us and to move us, and we just watch how we move mountains. Just watch. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope to see you guys in my next upcoming video very soon. Much peace and love to you all. Bye guys.